with a new makeup look for you guys. I decided to try something completely out of my comfort zone and different. I did a metallic lip with a very bold metallic eye, just mixing cool tones and warm tones. So I had a lot of fun just playing with my makeup. If you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, just keep watching, and if you do happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and share. I would appreciate it so much. And without further ado, let's jump into this makeup tutorial.
Alright, so I'm going to start this look by prepping my skin with some organic coconut oil, like always, just rubbing that into my skin to keep it nice and hydrated. Then I'm going to be hydrating my under eyes using this sample Lancome Absolute Eye Cream. I'm just priming my eyelids using my Lancome Aquatique eyeshadow primer, and then I'm just going to go over the primer with some foundation powder so that the eyeshadows blend nice. I'm taking this Morphe shade in the shade Birthday Suit. It's like a very neutral gray, almost brown. So I'm just sweeping that all in my crease. This is going to be my initial transition shade. I'm then going to go in with the shade Bridesmaid. This is more of like a cool toned purple, gray, brown. And I'm taking this with my MAC 221, a more small defined blending brush, and just putting that back and forth, keeping that below the original shade. But I am going to be angling this out toward the end of my brow bone. I'm then going to mix the Birthday Suit shade with the shade Rosewood. It's like a very more bright fuchsia, and the reason I mix them together is because I don't want it to be too intense. I just want like a subtle pop of color without it being like an intense purple. So I'm just very slowly building this color up with a little bit of product at a time until I get the desired intensity that I want, and then I'm just buffing out the edges using the same initial brush that I use. I'm then going to be taking the shade Secret by Morphe, and I'm taking this with the 221, and this time I'm going to place it on like that last third of my eyelid and then sweep whatever's left up into my crease. I like setting it at an angle, kind of like to where the center of my pupil is, and then angling that out and in my crease. Next, I'm taking the shade Cola Pop by Morphe. This is actually a little bit deeper than that last shade I placed. This is completely optional. You can either just go in with more of the other color, but I just figured that by adding this it would give it some more dimension and help it blend better. So I'm just putting this in that like last third and kind of winging it out toward my brow bone with that same exact fluffy brush and keeping it below all the other colors that I placed in my crease. Then of course just go back with the initial blending brush and just soften up any edges so that there are no harsh lines. And then I'm just taking that small brush with some of that fuchsia color, and I'm just lightly adding some more of that purple, just so that way when I look straight ahead you can still see the purple peeking through. Now for my favorite part, I'm taking the Stila liquid eyeshadow in the shade Rose Gold, and it's such a pretty contrast because this is such a true like pinky rose gold, so it just looks so pretty up against the purple since they're completely different undertones. And I'm just putting this all over my lid, keeping it below, of course, all these shades that I did in the crease, and I'm just slowly building up the intensity. These eyeshadows are just absolutely gorgeous. I just love them. Then to add some more of a pop, this is optional, but I'm just taking the Anastasia Pink Champagne eyeshadow, and I'm just blending this from the edge of where that rose gold color was into the purple tones. And since this is more of a cool tone eyeshadow, it just kind of helps blend the look together. And then I'm just adding some more of that rose gold liquid eyeshadow to the front, just because it kind of got like lost. Following that, I'm going to be taking, this is Shimmer. So I'm just using that to highlight my tear duct. I'm going to take this cream shade in my Morphe palette, and I'm just going to use that to highlight under my brow bone. And then just sweep out any of the edges. I'm going to re-intensify my crease just because sometimes shadow falls in, so I'm just kind of going back, adding some more dimension. I do this a lot with my makeup where I just kind of go back and forth. Then for foundation, I'm mixing my Lancome Teint Idole foundation in 260 Bis and my MAC Next to Nothing foundation in medium plus. So the MAC Next to Nothing is like a super sheer gel foundation. It gives a very luminous finish and the Taunt You Doll is very matte. So I just have been loving this combo lately, and it gives you that coverage but still giving your skin a glow. Then I'm going to be highlighting with my NARS Radiant Cream Concealer. So I'm putting this chin, nose, forehead, on under my eyes, and just all the places that I would normally highlight. And then I'm just going back in with my foundation brush to soften the edges so everything blends nicely together. To set my under eyes, I'm going in with my Airspun powder like usual and just putting that under my eyes with a dry beauty sponge and just really pushing it into the skin. I'm also going to use this to set the areas that are highlighted down my nose, chin, and forehead. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the MAC Next to Nothing powder. I love this powder. It has a little bit of color, so you get, some extra something to your foundation, but it just melts right into the skin and gives such a pretty finish. And then to contour, I'm going to be using my Too Faced bronzer, and I'm just going to use this to chisel out my cheekbones. And contouring your nose is completely optional, but I went ahead and did it. And then for blush, I'm using this Peachy MAC blush in the shade Spring Flock and just lightly dabbing this on my cheeks. And then I'm just cleaning up under my contour with some translucent powder so that way it just defines the cheekbones a little bit more. To highlight, I'm using this Shimmer Brick by Makeup Revolution, and I'm just going to use this at the tops of my cheekbones, down my nose, and I'm also going to use this to highlight under my brow bone. Then to do my wing, I'm using my MAC Brush Stroke Liner. I seriously love this pen. Most pens aren't as pigmented and they don't work like a regular liquid liner, but this one definitely does, and it's super easy to control. The tip is super fine so you can get really precise, and I just love it. I'm going to go back in with that Stila liquid eyeshadow in rose gold, and I'm just going to use that kind of to line up my lower lash line. And it's really just going to help brighten up the eye area. I'm prepping my lashes for some falsies with my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. And then I'm just applying these Kiss lashes in Gala. I popped those on off camera, and then I went ahead and lined my lips using Coral Cove by Jordana. And I lined my lips and filled them in with this really pretty peachy shade. And then I went ahead and topped that using my MAC. This is one of the new, more metallic lip colors in the shade Pale Rose. It's so pretty. So I just put that on top, and then just to add a little bit more fun to the center, I went back in with that more liquid eyeshadow in Rose Gold and placed that in the center. And there you have it. This is a completed look. I hope you all enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and I will see you all next time. Bye!